The new Anthropic plugin that's on the block is changing small businesses across the globe. It's called Claude for Small Business. It's 31 skills that you can set up for your business in just 10 minutes. And after you do so, it turns Claude into your very own personal business partner. Now, there is one drawback to the system that I'm going to be covering at the end of the video, so don't go firing anybody just yet, and make sure you stay around to that. And in this video, I'm going to cover up how you can set it up, how you can install it, and how you can actually use it in your business. I'm also going to do a little demo, as I always do. So let's get into the video. So what Anthropic have actually released is this, Claude for Small Business. They went around and spoke to a bunch of small businesses and basically came up with 31 different skills that all small businesses kind of have in common. We see closing the month with fewer errors, getting a pulse in your business, and this plugin runs inside of Claude Cowork. So you're going to need to download Claude Desktop to be able to access this. So where you're going to need to come to is you're going to need to open your Claude Desktop app. If you don't know where that is, just go on Google or Safari and type in Claude and download the desktop app there. Then you're going to come into Customize. We're going to see this personal plugins little here. Click the plus, browse plugins, and as you can see, small business is there. If you can't see it there, just type in small business and it will come up. Once you click on it, you're going to click on install. Obviously, I've already installed it, so there it is. So let's just come inside of this plugin and understand exactly what it is that Anthropic has given us that's so powerful. So as you can see, there is a list of 31 different skills. These, like I said, are based off of similar procedures that all small businesses do. So let's take a look at a few. We have close of month. We have cash flow snapshot, the CRM cleanup. The list just goes on and on. I would actually highly recommend, if you're following along, just open a session with Claude after you've installed this and just ask it for a quick summary of what it's there. This will give you a really good idea and a quick summary of all of those 31 skills and how they apply exactly for your business. Now, to get this set up, we're going to be using SMB Onboard. So come out of Customize, make sure you're still in Cowork and click on New Task. Then we're just going to go /SMB Onboard and hit Enter. Claude will basically now walk you through exactly how to onboard and set up and connect your first tools. If you're completely new to Claude and you don't even know what a skill is, I'll just take a little second to explain it to you. All a skill is a same thing that says do step 1, then step 2, then step 3. Let's say that step 3 is go into PayPal and look at our revenue. Well, what we need to do is we need to connect PayPal. I'll show you exactly how we do these connections right now. So hopping back into the chat, I've just clicked on the SMB Onboard and we can see that I've already got a bunch of these apps connected because obviously I use Claude quite a lot. But if you don't have any of these tools connected, Claude will prompt you to do so. How you're going to connect a tool is you're going to come into Customize. You're then going to click on Connectors. You're going to click on Add Connector and Browse Connectors here. And here you can literally choose all the software that you use. So maybe you used Stripe. So you could click a plus on Stripe and that'll just take you to your login to your Stripe account. After you've connected your tools, Claude will then walk you through actually setting up a business profile. I'm not going to do this because I've already done this. But literally setting up the Claude Code for Business plugin is as simple as clicking /SMB Onboard and following these steps.
Not too much to do? Launch your personal AI.
So there's 3 skills on here that I really think that you're worth setting up. And we'll start with this one, close month. What this does is it just does your month-end close process and it automates it into one chat with Claude Code, which is absolutely brilliant. Because if you're a business owner, you don't want to be faffing about with QuickBooks, looking at your PayPal, your Square, maybe your Stripe, comparing that to your CRM. Everything can just be collated in one little chat. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on close month and let you just enter that. This will then trigger that skill to actually be used and it's going to walk through the month-end process. And one thing I really like about this is the interactiveness of the skill. Like it gives you little buttons to click, what month are we closing? So I'm going to say May 2026. I'm just going to ask to save it in a Google Drive and it says, let's close the month. And the really nice thing about Cowork is this progress thing in the top right-hand side. You can see exactly what it's wanting to do. So first, we're going to be pulling the Stripe data. By the way, I use Stripe, but if you use QuickBooks or PayPal, you know what to do. Connect that and use that as the connectors. Now, there's obviously sensitive data, so I'm not going to show you the export close packet for my one, but I'm going to show you an example online. So as you can see, it actually creates something like this, but with your business business's data. So you get an idea of the revenue, you have all these different tabs, the summary, the cash forecast, the P&L, the receivables, everything all from your business's data. Now, for these last two automations, I personally know people who've charged upwards of $1,000 for building these automations for businesses. So the fact that they're for free in this Claude plugin is really insane. Now, it was hard for me to choose what to put in my number 2 spot, but all of the CRM ones really deserve a place. I'm going to do CRM maintenance just to show you. Now, I've connected Airtable, so I'm just going to run the CRM maintenance skill and tell Claude that my CRM is Airtable. And what it's going to do is it's going to go into my CRM and it's going to do a maintenance run on it. So as we can see, the workflow that's going to follow is just going to identify intent, gather context. This is hooked up to HubSpot, but as we know, I just told it mine is Airtable. You can do this as well. Just make sure that your CRM is connected. And then it'll even draft you follow-up emails, which is something that's really, really cool. Now, last but certainly not least, in the number 1 spot is the invoice chase. So what this actually does is Claude will draft invoice messages to people who you're pending or waiting payment from. As we know, small businesses, this is huge, right? If you're waiting on a payment, waiting on an invoice to be paid, then that is money that's not in your bank account. And cash flow is absolutely key for small businesses. So this automation is going to save thousands. So let's see what this is going to do. It pulls the overdue receivables and then it cross-references them with the payment history. As we know, this is something that's really big. As someone who runs a small business themselves, not getting paid when you actually delivered if it's at month end and you got payments going out and you're just waiting on payment, it can really be a really stressful time. It then goes on and drafts those reminder emails. So let's see it in action. So I'm just going to tell it that I use Gmail and I've run the skill. So hopefully that gives you an idea about how powerful Claude skills for small business really is. But what is the drawback? Now, if you'd noticed, everything that we just did in that demo was just synthesizing data. Yes, we were able to draft invoices, but the drawback of this is it's not an agent that can actually take actions on your behalf. For example, if you wanted to actually create or send an email, or you wanted to create an invoice rather than just draft it, this won't take you over that finish line. You still need that human input, and it can be a little bit frustrating because obviously if you have a system and it's working and you know that it wants it to work that way, you kind of want those actions to go the full mile. For example, when I've built invoice automation systems for people in the past, we develop it up until a point that we're actually confident in the system that it's going to be 100% correct every single time, and it sends those invoices out. Now, that's not to say that this is not useful. Obviously, it automates that 80% that takes so much time, especially for small businesses. So please let me know how you get on in using this system. If you're at all interested in how AI can actually be used inside of your business to help you save time to make you work on the business rather than work in it, feel free to book a free discovery call with me or my team in the link in the description. As always, I hope you guys have a great day and I hope you enjoyed the video.